Okay, guys, so I wanted to read 1 Samuel 16 when Samuel anoints David to be king. The Lord said to Samuel, "How long will you grieve over Saul, seeing I have rejected him from being king over Israel? Fill your horn with oil and go. I will send to you Jesse the Bethlehemite, for I have provided myself a king among his sons." And Samuel said, "How can I go? If Saul hears it, he will kill me." And the Lord said, "Take a heifer with you, and say, I have come to sacrifice to the Lord. And invite Jesse to the sacrifice to the Lord, and I will show you what you shall do, and you shall anoint me for me him who I name to you." And Samuel did what the Lord commanded and came to Bethlehem. The elders of the city came to meet him, trembling, and said, "Do you come peaceably?" And he said, "Peaceably. I have come to sacrifice to the Lord. Consecrate yourselves and come with me to the sacrifice." And he consecrated Jesse and the sons and invited them to the sacrifice. And when they came, he looked on Eliab and thought, "Surely the Lord's anointed is before him." So this is like when Samuel was looking around, trying to figure out who was the one the Lord chose. "So surely the Lord is anointed before him." But the Lord said to Samuel, "Do not look on his appearance or on the height of his stature, because I have rejected him. For the Lord sees not as man sees. Man looks on the outward appearance, but the Lord looks on the heart." Then Jesse called Abinadab and made him pass before Samuel, and he said, "Neither has the Lord chosen this one." And Jesse made Shammah pass by, and he said, "Neither has the Lord chosen this one." And Jesse made 7 of his sons pass before Samuel, and Samuel said to Jesse, "The Lord has not chosen these." And Samuel said to Jesse, "Are all your sons here?" And he said, "There remains yet the youngest, but behold, he is keeping the sheep." Okay? And Samuel said to Jesse, "Send and fetch him, for we will not sit down till he comes here." This is the greatest part, because this is so true. The Lord judges the heart. Okay, and David, the little shepherd boy. The little shepherd boy. Here we go. I feel like David. I know a lot of you guys out there probably do too. Up against the world with nothing but one rock and a sling. Okay, then Samuel, okay, now he was ruddy and had beautiful eyes and was handsome. And the Lord said, "Arise, anoint him, for this is he." He said, "Arise, anoint him, for this is he." And Samuel took the horn of the oil and anointed him in the midst of his brothers. And the Spirit of the Lord came mightily upon David from that day forward. And Samuel rose up and went to Ramah. Now the Spirit of the Lord departed from Saul, and an evil spirit from the Lord tormented him. And Saul's servant said to him, "Behold, now an evil spirit from God is tormenting you. Let our Lord now command your servants who are before you, seek out a man who is skillful playing the lyre. And when the evil spirit from God is upon you, he will play it, and you will be well." So Saul said to his servants, "Provide for me a man who could play well, and bring him to me." And one of the young men answered, "Behold, I have seen a son of Jesse the Bethlehemite, who is skillful in playing, a man of valor, a man of war, prudent in speech, a man of good presence, and the Lord is with him." Therefore Saul sent messengers to Jesse and said, "Send me David your son, who is with the sheep." And Jesse took an ass laden with bread and a skin of wine and a kid, and sent them by David his son to Saul. And David came to Saul and entered his service. And Saul loved him greatly and became his armor bearer. And Saul sent to Jesse, saying, "Let David remain in my service, for he has found favor in my sight." And whenever this evil spirit from God was upon Saul, David took the lyre and played it with his hand. Guys, this is the music to the universe. This is the harp David was playing, you know, all of the Psalms. So Saul was refreshed and was well, and the evil spirit departed from him. Now the Philistines gathered their armies for battle, and they were gathered at Socoh, which belongs to Judah, and encamped between Socoh and Azekah in Ephes-dammim. And Saul, the men of Israel, were gathered and encamped in the valley of Elah, and drew up the line of battle against the Philistines. And the Philistines stood on the mountain on the one side, and Israel stood on the mountain on the other side, with a valley between them. You see, guys, this is what's going on in this world today. This reminds me of exactly where we stand in the world today. You see these two sides, like you see two worlds almost, like trying to just, you know, battle each other. Good versus evil. Really, that's what it is. You know, that's really what it is. So, you know, I got news for all you evil people, evil people out there. You're not gonna succeed. All that evil media, you know, spreading lies, lying to my people, our people. Those lies I'm not going to tolerate anymore. We're not going to tolerate it anymore. You're lying. Stop. And the Philistines stood on the mountain on the one side, and Israel stood on the mountain on the other side, with a valley between them. And there came out of the camp the Philistines a champion who was named Goliath of Gath, whose height was 6 cubits and a span. He had a helmet of bronze on his head, and he was armed with a coat of mail. And the weight of the coat was 5,000 shekels of bronze, and he had greaves of bronze upon his legs, and a javelin of bronze slung between his shoulders, and the shaft of his spear was like a weaver's beam. And his spear's head weighed 600 shekels of iron. And the shield bearer went before him, and he stood and shouted to the ranks of Israel, "Why have you come out to draw up for battle? Am I not a Philistine? Are you not servants of Saul? Choose a man for yourselves, and then he'll come down to me. If he is able to fight with me and kill me, then we will be your servants."